360 stuff. So he's doing a 360 video, like a VR of Nate and I, and all of you will chat today. So he'll put stuff on Facebook later. So
we should switch sides. I think my side's actually.
Yeah, I don't know.
So we're going to talk about video today. So Raj has a lot of really cool content that he does to, make his buyers and sellers experience even more powerful. And I got a list of all of these. It's literally like 3 pages of accolades, about Raj. And, suffice to say, you're a successful guy, and you've done a lot of great work in the technology space as well as in the video space. And so, talk us through a little bit, like how you got started, and how'd you get to where you are?
Yeah, thanks, Nate. So I kind of got started in real estate, probably just like about everyone else. I had another job, full-time job, actually in the pharmaceutical industry, in sales, training, and marketing. And through the process of selling our first home, I knew there had to be a better way of doing our job. I mean, I was hosting my own open houses. As a non-licensed homeowner, hosting my own open houses, printing out the brochures on my printer at home because our agent wasn't doing it. And I just knew there had to be a better way to do that. So went out, got my license, and because I was in the pharmaceutical industry, my immediate sphere or farm was physicians. And so it immediately put me into a price point that was like $1 million plus. And so that's what kind of got me into it and got me started into the luxury space.
And how long have you been doing it?
13 years.
13 years. And are you focused in a specific area? What part of Orange County are you?
Yeah, so when I started on my own, I was just my own agent, kind of doing my own thing with a few people helping me out, and I was in North Orange County, mostly in a city called Yorba Linda. But over the years, we created a brokerage called the Boutique.
And as you kind of been going through this over the years, when did you kind of start working on video? When did that
Yeah, so our first video was actually shot in 2009. And I think you guys track back just a little bit. Remember that Facebook was the end of 07. People were starting to get into social media in 08. And there was a lot of noise with that. And I was in a neighborhood in our price point where I was competing against 5 women who had been selling real estate longer than had been alive. And so I knew I had to do something different. They were getting calls and leads and listings and buyers because they sold to their parents, who sold to their kids, who sold to now their grandkids. And they really didn't have to do much to keep being top producers. So we mastered social really, really early on. We had a full-time social media manager, and I wanted to do something different. So was searching the internet, and we didn't create video. Video's been around forever. But watching these folks in like LA Beverly Hills area, cruising down the drive with a little tiny puppy and a Louis Vuitton bag with a big fancy ring and a convertible Rolls Royce. And like, we don't have $100 million properties in Orange County, but we have really, really nice properties. And so I wanted to do a video on the lifestyle, and I wanted to tell people what it was like to live in that neighborhood.
So I think we're not going to show your first video.
We're not.
But we're going to show your second video.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's right.
Is that right? Is the second one better than the first?
The second one is our first one actually never made it live because we were like literally so embarrassed about that first video.
I kind of think we should see the first video.
It's so bad. Yeah, you really can't find it. Good try. But here's the great story. Here's the great story. That video, so we took an expired listing, staged a great photography, a great print campaign, social media. In about 2 weeks into it, we were in escrow over list price. The sellers were absolutely ecstatic. Third week in, the video was finally cut out, and we sent it to them. Well, they live in a neighborhood of 94 homes, gated, price point only $2 million. They sent it, they do a bunco group every month. And it's kind of a cute neighborhood. They put a pink balloon in front of the house, and like you're hosting that month. Anyway, they sent the video to the entire neighborhood, and we got listing after listing after listing after listing in that neighborhood. And we just went on our 17th listing appointment in that same neighborhood because of the video we shot that wasn't used to actually sell the home, but created such an impact to those sellers, and they had such a rich engagement with their neighbors that they just trusted that we were going to do an amazing job on their home. It's cool. So, yeah.
Bunco's like the original social network. All right, so why don't we go to the clip here?
And I'll talk about this is like our second video that we ever did. Before, so I'll let you guys track into this. So I'll talk while this plays as a background. So I had a seller here who said he wanted to get $1.2 million for his home in a city that didn't have $1 million homes. Okay? Never, ever in the city has there ever been $1 million sale. So I said, the only way I can do this is a few things. I want to get paid this much. I want to do a killer video on your home. And I want to showcase the lifestyle, what it was like, and why you, Mr. Seller, and your family love this home so much. Why do you want to be on the street, in this neighborhood, in this town? And why is it so amazing to you? And why do you want $200,000 over the last home, right? So we were green doing this video. So the camera looks okay. There's no drone in this one because back then we had to jump in helicopters and we didn't have the budget to do it on this one. But the people in here are really close friends of ours. The family, the kids, these are like my nephews and my nieces and my kids all in this video. And back then in 2009, we had 2 videographers, which was like, oh my gosh, that was insane. So we told the story of what it was like to live in this neighborhood, and here's the cool part. And probably like there's a lot of social talk. Back then we did a Facebook ad campaign that had a 57% click-through rate. It just registered that percentage. On a coming soon, we did a coming soon video, 30-second teaser on this one and put it on Facebook. Then we sent that same video through email to our sphere, and we had like a 48% click-through rate. So we knew we had something special. We were going to list the home on the MLS on a Saturday night, so we were going to have an open house on Saturday. On that Saturday at 12 o'clock, open house starts at 1, we had a family sitting on the doorstep waiting to get in the home. What they said to us specifically is, this is where the little girls came into the house. This is where they went upstairs, and I want the pink bedroom. Okay? So with video, people react very differently with photos than 3D, than 2D, than print. They connect emotionally with a property, with a neighborhood, with a lifestyle. They want to be part of that. And I think this video, at that time, really spoke volumes, and my light bulb turned on. I'm like, we've got something here. We really do. And so we invested heavily in the video in 2009, buying all our own equipment, having our own full-time staff, and really like curating the content of what we wanted the lifestyle of Orange County to look like through video and real estate.
The storytelling in that video, I think you'll all agree with me, it just brings it so much more to life than just a listing. It's really powerful to see. And as you think about, there's one thing to create good content, and then there's another thing to make sure people see that content. How do you think about distribution through, social networks, YouTube? How do you think about promoting your content or getting that out there?
Yeah, that's a great question. So, everyone here, and you're here for a reason, knows that distribution is, there's a lot of people shooting amazing video right now. And then you go to the video on YouTube or Vimeo, and there's like 15 views. And you're like, what is going on here? Like, what's happening? So it's really important to focus on that. A lot of people see our content before it hits the MLS. So whether it's Facebook ads, Instagram stories, ads on Instagram. Our Pinterest page has 33,000 followers. So our agents at our brokerage fight to be on our Pinterest page because we become Pinterest famous. And you can actually watch the analytics on the back end of Pinterest and through Google. When you post something on our Pinterest page, the clicks and the views are huge. So distribution is really important, and it's not like just listed in this neighborhood and then you and your logo and whatever behind you. It's telling a story, Like if you jump on any of our social channels, you see a very consistent theme, and there's a certain way we like to talk about our properties. But there's that content, especially the video, is so evergreen. It's there forever, and people can go back to it. And like that was in 2009, and we're talking about it today in 2006.